Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again this morning. Now I realize I've said that I'm withdrawing a little bit, kind of tired of constantly saying these kinds of things to you without having any positive fruit. But yet you're so important to me, so important to life, until I'm constantly thinking about you and thoughts keep coming to me and I feel it essential that I share them with you. You know, one of the focuses that I have today is that while most Americans claim to honor a God, they choose a universal God, or what is known basically here in America as a Christian God. However, a change has occurred when it comes to the Republicans. It appears that they have strayed away to serve an old returning God, a God which has an old expression of truth, presents an old expression of truth, a God that is quite prejudiced and supports racism and bigotry and hatred and violence. And even many of the right wing Republican churches have chosen to serve an evil, should I say, evil human God by the name of Donald Trump. Now, to this God, they have exercised lies, they cheated, they've stolen, they've murdered, and they terrorized. The God they have chosen to serve used to be called Satan or the devil, whose intention is to destroy everything it touches. Now, the reason that I'm sharing this with you, ladies and gentlemen, is because of this next statement. 40 years ago, I was sent here to do the opposite of what Trump is doing. My mission was to draw by encouragement people to honor the value of truth, respect and honor of an invisible God, an invisible power made alive through the expressions of a form of love and understanding that produces a higher standard of living, and address the basic concerns as well as basic human rights of all. Basically, the message that I brought is that regardless of the kind of lives people live even today, we can live a different life if we choose to do so. We could exercise some principles that would produce heaven on earth, and beginning with all individuals on earth engage themselves with the gift that they have, that having exercise or the opportunity to exercise gives them their greatest joy. Give them their greatest joy. Every person on earth came here with a gift. This is the message that I bring. Every human being on the face of the earth came here with a gift. That gift is to enable them to engage themselves in the process of life, so there won't be any leeches here. Everybody is a participant in those things that are basically essential for them all. It produces food and clothing and shelter and education and health care and infrastructure and transportation and all of the things that you could imagine. That is the process by which life is supposed to progress. That's the message that I brought to you. Also, by exercising such a life, you could live in peace and be prosperous and have freedom and joy in your life and your dreams be fulfilled. Your needs, your wants, and your desires met at your leisure. That's the message that I came to bring to you, that you, the people, could have. But you know what? 40 years, and the people do not know a thing about what I just got through talking about. I presented books and brochures and pamphlets and CDs and DVDs. I've traveled, I've broken rules and gone to jail and been in prison, stopped and spoke on street corners. You know, and to say nothing about the platforms that I've tried to address through seeking the office of President of the United States, or Governor of the state of Minnesota, or United States Senator from the state of Minnesota, a Mayor of St. Paul, or Mayor of Woodbury, Minnesota. All of this trying to get this message to you, and you don't even know a thing about it today. And yet, Trump comes along with the opposite message. And a political party, Republican, and the right wing, the big famous churches, religious organizations, they have gone and crowned the voice of lies, hatred, and racism, and bigotry, and violence, poverty. They have crowned it as their king and their God. And now they support just that. And I don't have to bite my tongue because the world knows that everything I just got through saying represents Donald Trump and those that support Donald Trump, all on the opposite end of what I brought to the table. I brought to the table something totally different, something that you pray for, and you never even heard of it. But the evil comes on the scene, and the whole dead blasted world knows about it being here in the United States of America, and a whole political parties is producing it to make sure that next election, starting at 22 to 24, that America can flip, and all the government of America represents the devil. Isn't that a shame? Well, something told me to tell you that. Thank you very much for listening.